All right, lovely souls, welcome to part 2 of setting healthy boundaries for our chakras. We're going to go to the sacral. So let's get into the tarot. Four of Wands popped out. Yes. We have the Queen of Wands with, let me make sure, because I'm learning numerology. The Wheel of Fortune. Oh, shit. Now, this is some good ass energy. So, with the sacral chakra, forgive me, y'all. Forgive me, y'all. I'm like, I'm interpreting them. Y'all just did something like, I was so excited and happy and like talking and like trying to you ever like like weird little tongue sounds and shit. Yeah, okay, that's what I just did. But let me sit here and interpret these cards real quick, right? So, well, what I'm getting from the sacral, don't overindulge in pleasures. You want to stay with the basics, okay? So you have to know what your basics are. Don't overindulge in pleasure, because this is where, when you overindulge in pleasure, you can get caught slipping. All right? So with the beautiful Queen of Wands here, I'm definitely sensing your glow up is as powerful and enigmatic as an earthquake. You guys are the gals. And so this is where you are going to be offered a lot of pleasure. Okay? I mean, a lot of pleasure. You're going to have so many doors open for you that the envy and jealousy is going to increase drastically. But the individuals who are going to be offering you these experiences of pleasure that will basically have you tip over the iceberg, this is not something you want to accept. Basically, you went from being defenseless and fearful to being able to understand that there's nothing wrong with having desires. Just in your time of innocence and when you were naive, someone exploited your natural desires by overdoing pleasure or pain, okay? So this is where you guys are going to have to understand that pleasure and pain has its respective places in life, but because most of us have experienced maybe too much pleasure, maybe too much pain, and we never really found our sweet spot, we may have a fear of, what if I overdo this? What if I'm scared of it? Because what's going to happen if you're fearful of it, this is where a predator is going to come in and be like, it's okay to do this. And you will discover your sweet spot, but due to allowing a predator to get into your psyche, you are going to slowly do too much and become exploited, only for you to get back into that defenseless and fearful place again. So where you're just going to continue this cycle of, nope, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I'm going to hold myself back. Okay? So this is where you have to accept that there's nothing wrong with your desires. You have just been exploited to the max and to the minimum. And this is where you're going to find your sweet spot. Your sweet spot might be 40%. It might be 60%. It might be 70%. You have to understand your sweet spot. Like, how much pain can you take? And what kind of pain can you take? you also need to take into consideration, why are you taking this pain? Is the pain even necessary? And if it is, realize that it's temporary. And how can you turn the pain into medicine? For example, a pain you may be feeling is having to accept that one of your biggest manifestations is not coming in when you want it to. Okay? So it's all about perspective. Now, the same can be applied for pleasure. How much pleasure can you take? What kind of pleasure can you take? Why are you taking the pleasure? Is the pleasure necessary? If it is, realize that it's temporary. Okay? And how can you use that pleasure to learn and grow from it? But realize too much pleasure turns into pain. Realize there is a connection between pain and pleasure. This is a cycle that karmics are stuck in. This is why if you have been with an abusive lover, they will abuse you and then act like everything's okay and then sex you up and things like that, and the abuse gets bad. And this is because the karmics do not have self-discipline. This is why they overindulge in their addictions. Okay? So pleasure is not always sex for some people. It could be simply eating, you know, something like that. So this is where you're going to have to understand yourself. And when I ask the question, how much pleasure can you take? You need to know, okay, I'm doing too much, because too much pleasure can, this is how sex magic is potent, you guys, where it increases illusion magic, okay? So you need to understand, I've had enough. I've had enough. You know, for example, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I was intimate with somebody, and, you know, due to my trauma of sexual abuse and things like that, I was like, no, this is too much for me. We got to stop. Now, the person kept trying to do a little bit too much. So I had to be like, no, I'm not going to do this, you know. What I learned from that situation is not to put myself around somebody who's going to keep trying to push me over the edge. All right? So that, and this is what I've been doing, shadow work. Why was I accepting that? Because I thought that that's all that was out there in this world. People that's going to pressure you to go past a certain amount of where you're not comfortable. So this is where, you know, think about that. Set that, take some time to write this stuff out, you guys. Then we're going to go to the what's? The heart chakra. All right. We got to set up boundaries for our heart chakra. Let me pull the cards, you beautiful souls. And we're going to get into this. So we have the Lovers, supported by the Seven of Swords. All right, y'all. So the more that your value, your inner worth increases, externally others are going to, you know, be like, who's that? You ever notice when you feel like you're ugly, but you really are beautiful, and people are just envious and jealous of it, so they do everything to keep you from discovering it? Well, what happens when you push through it and you say, fuck it, I'm about to discover how fucking lovely I am? And you do it. You be a love magnet, like a love bomb, you know what I mean? Insecure, jealous females will go above and beyond to definitely copy you. Insecure males will triangulate you in situations to trauma bond to you, where they're making it seem like they want the insecure female more than they want you. But the reality is they don't want nobody, because they only want themselves. And they need the supply to have some type of, you know, clout. And they'll go above and beyond to convince you, I want you more than I want, you know, the karmic. Then they'll go above and beyond to convince the karmic. I don't want that person. All the while the karmic is seeing. A cycle just ended too. So they'll go above and beyond to be like, hey, what is it about that person that you want? So basically the person don't want any of y'all. The person basically this whole thing of cheating is so that insecure individuals can feel like people want me. They don't even want themselves. All right? So basically, to sum this one up, you need to know your self-worth to the point that it doesn't matter if a fucking billionaire, you know, flies all the way from Hawaii to be like, yes, I've seen your social media. I'm liking what I see. Let me take you out on a date. And it gets on, you know, like newspaper stands and shit. You got to be like, nah, boo, I'm good. And even when they like, I see you playing hard to get. This is a sociopath, okay? Let's keep that 100. It don't matter how much motherfucking money somebody got. This is a sociopath, okay? He didn't ask or she didn't ask for your permission to get to do this. This is saying, I'm going to invade your motherfucking boundaries. And I'm going to, you know, basically have all these people under my illusion that because I have money, I'm such a beautiful person and shit. And because I got money, I'm really a dick because I'm willing to invade your motherfucking boundaries. Okay? But because a lot of people in a poverty mindset, they'll be like, oh my gosh, I wish I had somebody who would do that for me. That is so romantic. No, nigga, that's a sociopath with fucking money. That's why it don't matter if that person try to holler at you 128 motherfucking times. No, I'm good. And people be like, you a gold digger. You just trying to get more money out that person. No, bitch, you go take that motherfucker. You don't know what a sociopath with money is capable of doing, but I know. And then what's going to be funny is you're going to be protected from the sociopath with money, because something tells me you guys are attracting a hell of a lot of people with money who are sociopaths. There's going to be a lot of people trying to copy you, hoping that they can, you know, get the same person. So while the person will be using and abusing their resources to get close to you, and they will, they won't be able to get access to you because you're going to always be doing your own thing in your own motherfucking lane. Just know you attracting different tax brackets. A sociopaths, niggas. This is how funny this shit is. So basically, while they sitting there looking for you, using their resources to get to you, they going to be getting all the counterfeits. Now, this is going to be different because most of you guys are used to the broke ass people trying to get at you guys, not able to get to you. This is where you're going to be encountering the sociopaths with money who is using their resources to exploit you. So this is where spirit is just saying, trust the process. I got you. I ain't going to lead you astray. This is part 2, and I'll see you at the other ones.